was like, oh wow, this is what I wanted. I wanted to get a hit record, and because I had already been a kind of sort of like a seasoned performer up until that point, and I said, you know what, I want to get a hit record. I want to, you know, be able to say that I got a hit record, and it seemed to be something that most other artists that had hit records, it seemed to put them out there more. It gave them more validity, more fame, and it also upped the ante in terms of the price that they could command in the nightclubs and theaters, and you would get more exposure from having hit records.
All power to Gary. It was like if I'd have met an orthodox guitar player, that record would not have been what it is. He was playing the guitar like he was painting a picture. And I write songs like I'm painting a picture. But it's like really abstract. It isn't just like writing a rock song. It's like full out, you know, like For Your Love or Saturday Night, you know. I had a couple of songs I'd written in New York that we cut, Dreamtime and Restless Heart. I wrote that with the Babies. And we just about had the record. And then I went off and wrote Missing You. And at the 11th hour.
Well, it was when I first came back from London, you know, late 80s, early 90s. He was here recording an album with his band Tin Machine. You heard of Tin Machine? Mm. It was his sort of pseudo-punk outfit. And they were recording here, and they were all living in his beautiful apartment just around the corner. I was just walking down the street one day, and he said, "Hey, you're that guy that sings in the club just around the corner." I said, "Yeah." And I said, "David Bowie wants to meet you." So they must have been coming into the club where I was singing. It was a club called Round Midnight in King's Cross. And I used to do it every night when I first arrived, just until I found my feet, arrived back in Australia. They dragged me into this cafe, which I still go to now. And I had coffee with David Bowie there. And he said, where do you live? And I said, just there. And he said, oh, I live next door to you. So I'd never seen him, so he's probably keeping it low. Well, he was probably using EMI Studios at all the hours when I wasn't around through the day and night.
Days, I can't remember exactly what. I think I was playing on an Andy Summers record, and I was getting together with friends, like Lee Rittenauer's buddy, and I was playing with him some, and then I got a call from Don Henley to do the Grammys with him with the song "End of the Innocence," which was a big hit with Bruce Hornsby. So the song came on. It's on YouTube. You can see it now. And I walked on taking an entrance to play the solo on there that Wayne Shorter had done on the record. And in the third row, Miles was in attendance. And I could see him smiling as I come on stage. And Michael Jackson is sitting in front of him. And it was really kind of cool because Miles is kind of smiling like, oh yeah, that's my saxophone player. Yeah, that's my kid. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, he's kind of going like this, He didn't know I was there. And it's just really cool. I got a lot of memories like that.
Yeah. But was the song, did you have an insight to that at that stage, Colin? Is that why you wrote it, or?
I think of everyone telling you what to do, usually whether it's teachers or adults telling you to be good, telling you to do this or to do that. And if you didn't, you'd be in trouble, And so I think that a lot of people can relate to that, because I think that a lot of people feel that way, more than you'd imagine.
I joined Frank in '70. I was in Frank's band actually before Miles. Wow. Right after Santana. I did a short stint with Santana, me and Narda. And Frank, we went on tour with Frank. And I did a gig, I think it was with Santana, and Frank was on the bill too. And he says, I want you to come play bass with me. That's when he talked. I want you to play bass. I said, okay. And he called me, and Frank had this manager named Herb Cohen. He was a friend of Nat's out of New York. He was not in New York, LA. But the thing about it, he kept me on salary. So it was like being in the military with Frank. Every day you were with Frank, your day was his.